I received miracle healing already twice from the Lord. I was suffering while I was in Eastern Washington on a break. I was actually suffering from major tooth pain. Anybody who's ever had a toothache knows what I'm talking about. I recently had a woman tell me it was worse than having kids, and I was in weeks of pain, and had went to I believe it was an oral surgeon after being referred from a dentist, and he told me that the infection had gone really high in my I guess this is my skull, up and down, almost in my sinuses, and it was dangerous. He said, to the point, there was a couple areas that was the same on both sides, and so this was at the same time that the Exodus was going on, and I was fully convinced at this point that He was the Lord, and that He was back after all the studying, and plus He spoke to me directly, and not knowing my part in it, I just knew I had to be a part of it. And so like I said, I loaded up and drove out of there, and whatever it is, 1,500, 2,000 miles out of the country, I did it. And at the same time, the reason for my break, I'll finish the story there. Actually, so since then, I didn't need to go to the dentist. I didn't need all the surgeries that the oral surgeon told me that I needed. I never got those, and I'm fine. This is 3 years later. In addition to that, though, I had an injury while I was working as a carpenter. I had fallen, and I caught myself with a straight arm, and it just blew out my rotator cuff. There was definitely a muscle die-off in my shoulder, followed by 2 audible rips or tears. I heard it, weeks after the initial injury. I continued to work, and even though my arm it was failing and getting noticeably smaller in the weeks after, I just started to switch and use my left hand more. Not having any options, I had to continue on in the slavery in America. And so 1 week after I arrived in Baja, I was already doing exercise and pull-ups in a tree, regaining my strength. And so the Lord had obviously healed me 2 times, my teeth and my arm, and even today, it's strong. And so there's just way too many, coincidences to say that it's not Him. I wouldn't have stayed as part of the clergy for, I'm in my 3rd year now, if it wasn't Him. You just got to do the research on your own, become illuminated, and seek the Father through the Son. There is only one way to the Father, and that is through the Son. And the Bible tells you that He comes as a thief in the night, and that there's a great deception, but most people are too proud to think that they would fall for it. Number one, that's the name. You got the name wrong if you think that baby Jesus is coming back. Revelation 19 tells you who's coming. His name is the Word of God, and that is RayEl. And he's here, and He's judging and making war. So if you think He's here to give out hugs, you're wrong. He's here to judge and make war. Previous to the Lord's return, I was a legal farmer of marijuana. I smoked marijuana, I smoked cigarettes, and occasionally chewed tobacco. If I did not have cigarettes, or just back and forth. It's really common this day and age in America, and I did all of it, and the Lord has blessed me with the relief of all of that. I learned that marijuana causes irreversible effects on the brain, and that the smoking of any kind is prohibited, and it's bad for the body. Obviously, everybody knows that. Smoking marijuana does not heal cancer, despite popular belief. It just goes to show how stupid people in America are this day and age. The hemp seed oil is good stuff, but not smoked. It is used as a topical and that sort of thing. But so he healed and cured me of all of these addictions. I no longer grow, smoke, anything. I don't have any addictions to pills or drugs or of any sort or kind. So amen for that. There has also been a lot of times where we have actually been provided for from the commandery where the Lord is directly, because people have not been tithing to the Lord. Don't get me wrong, there are a select few, and we know who you are, and we thank you. Praise the Father for you. In Lord RayEl's name, you have helped support us get the word out and do the will of the Father. And so thank you very much for you who do that. But there's a lot more of you that are not doing it, and I hope this convicts you and causes you to give at least your 10%, because that's what's commanded. And He's here to judge. And if your life ain't working out the way you think it should, question your actions. Who are you supporting? Christ is here, He's back, and you should be supporting Him, because He supports us to get the word out. Amen. Glory to God. I was out of the will of the Father, worshiping the idol baby Jesus that the church is putting forward today, the one that always loves you, despite how terrible of a human you are. If you come in once a week and throw your money in the jar, then baby Jesus will forgive you, despite how big of a piece of shit that you are. That was wrong, and the church is going to have to pay the price for teaching that to people. Christ does not love everybody. He's given everybody the opportunity to be lovable, but He does not love everybody. Like I said, He's here to judge and make war. And you got that right. He is making war. It is Him that is doing it. So God bless you in the name of Lord RayEl. I love you and hope to see you soon.